Hey everybody, Destin Gary here with Sean Finnegan.
Hello, everyone.
Sean, you really like Halo. You played some Halo this weekend and we're looking at your footage.
Yeah, so this is Weekend Rocket Party. It's a playlist that players voted on. It's something that 343 has been doing for a while. Give us a second here while we switch over to my gameplay. But yeah, there's all sorts of different playlists that are only active for the weekend, and earlier in the week, 343 gives players the options of voting on which one they want to do, and this weekend's was Weekend Rocket Party, which is a really cool variant on Slayer where it's infinite ammo rockets. You have a higher jump, lower recharge time on your thruster, and increased damage resistance. And as you can see, it's just pure chaos.
It looks crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's really fast paced, and it's actually much more difficult to kill people than you would think, right? Like my initial instinct was like, if you're gonna jump into a match that's 4v4, and actually this, or 5v5, and everyone's got rockets, you're not going to survive a second. But as you can see, when everyone's jumping around and you have increased damage resistance, it's actually pretty difficult to land those killer shots.
It definitely helps. And you said earlier when we were looking at this footage that it took you a little bit to get used to it. Like, oh man, I should be firing rockets all the time.
Yeah. Like, you'll see early on that I'm a little conservative with how much I'm firing, just because when you grab the rockets in Halo, you're used to having two in the chamber and then 2 extras, so 4 total, and that's it. So you want to make your shots count. Here it's like, oh, I have infinite rockets, and I don't even have to reload the mag. Like, you can just keep firing them. Like, you'll see, it never actually goes down to 1, and you have to put another one in the chamber. It doesn't work like that. You can just keep firing over and over again, and if only one-hit kills are only direct hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so even if you hit a wall directly next to a guy, that won't one-shot him. You have to hit him again.
You have to hit him with the actual rocket.
Yeah, only a direct hit with the rocket will kill someone in one shot in this mode.
So you had the weekend with this. Do you think this is something that should make a comeback?
Oh, I think at some point for sure. What's really been really cool about these weekend playlists is that it gives people an opportunity to jump into a game mode that's totally different than anything else that's in the game, right? It also gives us opportunities to play modes from past Halos that are being integrated into Halo 5. It would be really, really cool to see, Rocket Race come back from Halo 3, which is where everyone's driving around on mongooses and with rocket launchers, and you're trying to race around and capture points. Griffball would be another big fan favorite from Halo 3, or Juggernaut from Halo 2. These are modes that can be implemented, and just you play them. They don't need to be in the game permanently, but you can vote on them, play it for a weekend, a few days, have some fun, and then get out of there.
They've been doing a great job of kind of keeping the online community alive. They've been doing these little events throughout the weekends, and they're about to do a new update also.
Yeah, so we have another update coming tomorrow that'll do some multiplayer balance changes and stuff. You are right in terms of how 343 has been treating the post-launch for this game. Is there's been a lot of new content. All of it's been coming for free, which is another really awesome thing that we should give props to 343 for. Is that none of these extra maps and big team battle and all these modes and Forge, none of those have costed the players a thing. It's all just been part of that original $60 price, and it gives us access to kind of really cool tools and modes like this. I don't know how that guy didn't die right there. I feel like I would have nailed that guy. But yeah, it's been real cool, because I think for a game to have legs post-launch, you got to really make sure that you're giving players a change of pace and making things fun, and feel like you're still progressing after playing 100 or 200 hours, which I definitely have of this game.
Definitely. Jumping back to this gameplay mode, any final thoughts about it?
No, I mean, what you see is what you get, right? It's rockets, it's pure chaos,
crazy,
it's mayhem, and it's a lot of fun. You'll see that once there's a bunch of people jumping around and kind of just shooting, I'm just shooting where I think people are, because you can't really see with all the explosions and
when it gets really crazy, you got to just watch your radar.
Yeah, or you're just you get a glance of someone's foot who's behind you, and then you jump and he's gone, so you're I think he went that way. One of the things that you pointed out when we were watching this footage the first time was I wasn't using my thruster as much. That would be my pro tip, is jumping around.
Use all your tools.
Yeah, because you have decreased gravity, so your initial jump is already going to get you really high up there. But a great way to kind of get in and behind players to jump and then immediately boost up and over them, or sprint and boost under them, because everyone's so used to jumping around with those physics. And that's kind of something I should have been doing a little bit more. But, like I said, these things they're for fun. You kind of get in there and just play the game that you have come to know so well in a different way, and it becomes a lot of fun.
You end up getting the most kills, so you have that.
Yeah, and this is the thing. You look at the scoreboard now. My team isn't quite keeping pace, but I do end up with the most kills. You're right,
Yeah.
but they had just an overall better team. There is at some point in here I think it's called Rocket.
From the grave.
Well, it's called Rocket Mary, which is like Hail Mary, except it's with a rocket.
Oh.
Like, I kill someone from across the map with a rocket, and it's just like a really, really cool shot. One of my better ones. I was definitely like, Xbox record that when that happened. But yeah, man, like with the landscape of shooters has changed out there. We have these Call of Duties, we have Destiny, we have all kinds of different things going. MOBAs have now made a really big impact in the competitive scene. But ultimately, like, nothing compares to Halo for me. Like, minus Counter-Strike. Like, in the console space, nothing compares to Halo. Like, the physics feel so good, the gameplay is so fast, and it is really, really skill-oriented. And so that can be frustrating for players, but it's also really, really fun, especially when you get modes like this, right? Like, you don't have to think about this really seriously. You can kind of just shoot lots of rockets, and it's
just have
kind
fun.
of fun. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think this Rocket Mary is coming up, like, right here.
All right.
You see that guy way over there? Boom.
There you go. You got him.
Rocket Mary.
Well done. Thanks, Sean, for showing us this mode.
My pleasure, Destin. Thank you for, having me on.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. And for more on Halo, you are already in the right place. IGN.